Welcome to UNCAGED, a show that celebrates thought leadership from today's top business leaders. The program provides a voice to amazing executives from around the globe who are shaping the world of business today and mapping the path to the commerce of tomorrow. Today, we're speaking with Sharon Watkins. Hey, Sharon, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited to talk to you about your business journey and what you're working on now. Sharon is the CEO of RadiusPoint, which is a 30-year-old telecom and utility expense management firm. It's been doing a lot of cool stuff. One of the things I'm sure we'll touch on is the work of creating ExpenseLogic, which is a software that helps individuals basically make the most of their utility and telecom expense management processes. And so we'll get to that in a second. But before we do, Sharon, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career.
Okay, awesome. Well, I just celebrated my 30th anniversary here at RadiusPoint in January. So that's a great milestone in my life. I have a great husband of 36 years, two daughters, both of which work in the company with me, and four grandchildren. I have a lot of family and friends in my personal life. And since we do work with a lot of different companies, my life here at work is, it's never the same. So a lot of exciting things going on always. Each day is a new day.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit more about RadiusPoint, the journey that you've had at the company and what you guys are working on now.
So we're excited about a couple of different things. Not sure how much people have heard about the corporate social responsibility that companies are having to go through. And so I'm so fortunate that I get to work with a great group of our software developers, and I work with the clients to, they express their needs of a particular software report or capability. And that's one of the things that has come up with the corporate social responsibility. Now, in the US, we're a little bit behind the EU, the UK, and even California. They've progressed a little bit more than the rest of the states. But with this corporate social responsibility, companies are having to report their carbon footprint, their usage, their consumption for their utilities. And so we've been doing this for a couple of years with our clients in the UK and EU, and just this year in California, and then other clients have come on board with that. And so with our software, it's already reporting detailed information, but we've taken it a step further to give that capability to push a button to do this reporting for their environmental sustainability programs for companies across the US.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about that. So essentially, the utilities basically work with you to get a report, or how is this shared with customers? How does that work?
So we actually, with our ExpenseLogic software that we've created, we break down the bill instead of just having, oh, my total due is $1,500 and it's due on this date. We break down all of the line items that are underneath that invoice that make up the consumption, the off-peak hours, the on-peak hours, the winter months, the summer months, the distribution charges. So all of those charges that make up those invoices. So with that, we had to take it a step further with this reporting because they have to have demand meter readings and consumption and the distribution charges. So a few of other charges that are normally not captured on an invoice, so that literally they can, at the end of the year, well, technically the beginning of the next year, push a button, create a report, submit that report to their, which in the UK and the EU, they're having to send it to the government. Right. For their reporting. And in California, they're doing the same thing now. A lot of these companies are just using this on their corporate pages to show their carbon footprint and corporate social responsibility, to show that they're, sustainable, they're responsible, that sort of thing. But It is going to be taking it a bit further because in the UK and the EU, they're using it to buy back credits and to sell credits of the usage that they did not use, the consumption that they did not use. So it's a little bit step further. It's coming in the US, so companies just need to get ready for it.
Yeah, no, it's been a trend for the last couple of years for sure. I would say that the big thing that we've noticed is that kind of SDG, these initiatives have actually, I guess, perhaps gotten real now in the US.
Exactly.
So it's not just lip service anymore. This is actually something that is making material difference in business. So that's really, really exciting. And I just got to, you're working in a space that telecom and utilities that is probably first and foremost on a lot of people's minds right now. We're living in a world right now where there are shortages everywhere, and I imagine costs are going up everywhere. Tell us a little bit about the landscape and what we're seeing right now.
Well, very good question, because we meet with our clients twice a year. Well, more than that, but we do a business review twice a year. And everyone that had the first quarter business reviews, all of the expenses have gone up. They're all out of budget, over budget. And, they're looking for ways to save money. And so if you think about it, so think about energy usage and trickle that down to gas consumption or gas usage and gas prices. There's not a commodity in a business expense that does not use gas. So you think of trash pickup, you think of water bottle delivery, of copier maintenance. So every commodity is going to use gas. So you can't just say, oh, this is only affecting my electric or my gas consumption. No, it's affecting all of those other expenses because they have to have gas. Even your people, the people problem that everyone is having is, because it's costing them more gas to go to work. And so then they're, I need to be paid more money. So this energy crisis is technically, you think it's in a box, but no, it's widespread. It's basically like a spider web. Every piece of it touches something else in a company's business, and every commodity has been touched by it. And expenses are increasing. You've got to do something to cut the cost.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We have offices around the world, and Europeans have been paying higher kind of telecom and utility bills for quite a while compared to us in the US. And I would say that, when I see these prices rise to whatever it is, $5 plus a gallon of gas right now, in Europe, they kind of are like, yeah, we're used to that. We've been having to deal with that forever. But it's such a big change because this is really at the center of how, American cities are built, right? I mean, people have to drive. They got to drive to work. They've got to use, a lot of cities are in warm climates. They need air conditioning running. They need, all that stuff, right? So it's going to be, we have interesting times ahead, Sharon, for sure.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about the last couple of years, shifting gears here. We've been living through this moment, which has been quite profound in how society has really shifted. It's very much proving out to be quite a watershed moment in the world. Just be curious to hear how things shifted at RadiusPoint, perhaps how you guys were working or learnings that have come from it.
Well, one of the things that we found out early on was that we were considered a necessary business, and our clients, as soon as all of the the COVID scare hit and people were closing their businesses, they contacted us and said, you've got to remain open, you've got to continue working, which we had contracts to fulfill. We sent some folks home that were older, more vulnerable, but there were certain jobs that we had to do, just like a grocery store. You had to have people there. So we had to have people here. And we have clients across the US. We work in the healthcare industry, grocery stores. So we actually got a letter from all of our multiple clients, sent us in letters saying, please, you're an essential business. You have to stay open because you have to pay our bills. And so I have to say, our team of people, our core team of people were amazing in that they, we shifted the office. Everyone spread out. Just the group of people that came in were, that continued to come in day after day, had the best attitudes I just couldn't believe it. And mirror that against some of the vendors that we work with, that we literally would call them and they would say, no one's there. No one can help you. So we're trying to pay an electric bill so that they don't disconnect the services. And they're saying no one's in the office. So I, counted my blessings every day that we had such an amazing team that literally they, our clients would be in a tizzy that, we need to get this bill paid. Because we pay the bills as well. We not just process them, we actually pay the bills as well. And so we couldn't just say enough great things about our team. We actually had a global client that utilizes us, that did an analysis right after COVID hit, because they were, we manage about $14 million a month for them. Yeah. And so they did an analysis of 500 of their vendors and only 2 got premier status, and we were one of them. And they said, just because of our capabilities and us are continuing to work. So a lot of challenges, yes, amazing challenges, but we overcame them, and we have an amazing team that we work with here.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. And it's really interesting to see at those times of, let's say, challenges or an inflection point, how the team rises to those challenges. It really shows that you guys have a strong culture, and that's really wonderful to hear. In fact, I would say one of the things that we found is that culture became so much more important, but it evolved, right? So, because we all moved from having that kind of in-house water cooler culture to a bit of a Zoom culture, and how do you manage all of that type of stuff? It's always been very, very interesting. So Sharon, I mean, we're living through interesting times again here in 2022. As we touched on earlier, energy is first and foremost in every person's mind these days. What do you see for the back half of 2022?
Well, I mean, as far as work related, I think that more people will be coming back into the office, work wise. We here at RadiusPoint feel a bit of stress, pressure, just from our clients. Just wanting to save money. How can we cut costs? And we've done, mid-contract negotiations, cutting costs for our clients, in some areas that you wouldn't even think that, you just asked the vendor and they were able to reduce costs. So from our point of view, I feel like it's going to be a rush to the end of the year, just with getting new clients set up, adding just new projects, just from the clients asking us, where else can we save money? We need to dig, because I think cash is going to be king the rest of the year. And companies are going to want to save money every way that they possibly can. So that's what we're in the business for, to save our clients time and money.
I mean, I would think that, in fact, actually, this may be the point for RadiusPoint, or the moment for RadiusPoint, because, I mean, this is where you guys are the experts in trying to figure out how to do this more efficiently, manage this stuff in a way that can continue to do what every business needs, which is they all need power, they all need telecom to continue to push deals forward and keep the economy going. Sharon, thank you so much for being on UNCAGED today. We've been speaking with Sharon Watkins. She's the CEO of RadiusPoint, which is a 30-year-old telecom and utility expense management firm. We've been talking to her about some of the initiatives that they've been pushing forward on the sustainable business side of things, as well as really the landscape for telecom and utility today, and what RadiusPoint is doing to assist its customers in finding efficient and scalable solutions. It's been great talking to you, Sharon. If someone wanted to reach you, where's the best place to find you?
Well, I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Come on down.
Come on down. Everybody else is coming, you may as well. But swatkins@radiuspoint.com is my email, and you can always reach me there. And and or give us a call, 407-657-4169. Will get to us as well.
Excellent. Well, Sharon, thanks again for being on the show, and we look forward to having you back.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cheers.